and stuff that, like, I'm not gonna be able. What is that thing?
We're close.
Ow. I like that there was a new mob type there. Alright, well, the goal is to disarm the power. Which is, maybe this is... I like this minigame in particular. I'll say that.
The readings were correct. I finally located the drive core. It's in a flooded cave, but I should be able to retrieve it. I've been telling myself that the best thing I can do for them now is to fix the ship and come back with a real search party. But that's bullshit. Deep down, I'm just scared. I've started hearing things. Noises in the darkness. Whispers almost.
Welcome back. I am A Friendly Pest. Today I am playing Into Black. Playing this natively on a MetaQuest 3, recording it natively on a MetaQuest 3. Today is going to be a good day. Because we're picking up where we left off. Mission 4. I'll hop right in. I got some cool stuff I found to show you. There's a little dialogue at the beginning of the mission, and that matters.
Captain, you're alive! Thank the stars!
Easy, Jonathan. I'm sure it was a scary few minutes, but I'm okay.
Minutes? You went into that wormhole over a week ago.
A week? That's not possible.
When I got that SOS call, I thought it must be you, but I wasn't able to respond.
SOS call?
It started up a few days ago. Very faint. Come to the NavCon, I'll show you.
Okay, if you remember from last week, that's where we ended. I did get on and play like a generic resource run for something to do. You notice that I have a headlamp now. That's what I want to cover before we start. So real quick, I did go into fabrication, and I thought I would knock out some fabrication before I played again, just because this is a bit tedious going through this, right? And what I figured out, first is I need to find more things to do more things. I've got an upgrade grenade damage. I haven't been doing that because I don't think to use the grenades when I play, but that might change at some point. Anyway, there's an upgrades terminal, and I had to unlock it with a few resources and a puzzle. You actually equipped your upgrades here based on what item you're talking about. So let's talk about the spacesuit. That's our headlamp that you have to equip, right? And we've improved our durability and our suit storage, right? So you have a limited number of slots for things you can equip, right? On the pistol, I've added a torch, so a flashlight, and a dot sight. So this is a really cool system and a way to have your own custom loadouts for what you're going to have. This is the upgrade terminal. And then over here on loadout, I made a few changes. I moved my firearm to this right slot so my muscle memory works both directions when I'm playing. And then my mining tool on the top if I need it, light there. Anyway, I didn't play any of the story missions on my own because I want to make sure that I record and share those with you all. But now I have a flashlight on my pistol, on my head, and I have actually equipped some of the previous upgrades that I unlocked. So today should be fun. Let's go. Let's go. Monday. Hopefully you're having a good day. Whispers in the dark. Investigate the distress call. Entry requirement flare scanning. Unintelligible speaking.
That's it?
That's all I've been able to pick up.
We should check it out.
But what about the wormhole? Did you find a way home? Did you meet any aliens?
This person might be in trouble. Fire up the teleporter, and I'll tell you on the way.
That's interesting. Wanted to cover one more thing before we do the mission. There's something called Singularity. I've not played this yet. It's a 12v, I don't know, PvPvE. Looks kind of like a Battle Royale mode. Like if you look at the tutorial, it's got some kind of storm circle that closes. You find stuff and things. You gotta kill enemies to get through doors. And then try to like do an extract with this breacher thing. And then you can sell loadouts exchange. I think it's a Battle Royale mode. So maybe we'll check it out one of these days. I would rather stick with the story right now and maybe circle back to this later. I'm really enjoying the story in this game. It's my favorite part so far. So we're going to play solo. Easy difficulty again because I like the way the mobs go down a little bit faster than they do on normal. Whispers in the dark. Let's go.
Which way to the SOS?
I can't quite tell. The signal is bouncing all over the place.
Can you load the scan data onto my wrist map?
Grab the map off the wrist and throw it for a larger view. This is cool. First, let's get our hand.
So, what exactly happened inside that wormhole?
I was somewhere in space. There were ruins and a black hole.
Aliens, I knew it.
I didn't say that, but I have to admit,
Whoa.
nothing in there looked man-made.
This is my chance. When we get out of here, I'll be on the cover of Beyond Science for sure.
If we get out of here. Let's focus on finding this SOS first.
So this is super cool. This is the first time I've used this. These hotspots must be areas that I need to scan. And that's like... I think that's like active too. That's very cool. Let's go ahead and loot the stuff in this room before we move on. Like, already, this is how we leave, so let's make sure we get everything in here. Already, like, very impressed with this game in general, right? Having a good time with it, liking the story, liking the gameplay, I like the co-op, like, thoroughly enjoying this game, right? But it seems like every time I play it, some new fold that I didn't know about that makes it better, and that's really cool. Let's take this kind of narrow path and see what's in there. I unlocked something called flare scanning that I haven't used yet. I wonder if that, like, marks out resource deposits. Next time we find some resources, we'll use it. Having a flashlight on multiple tools is great, because I don't constantly have to switch back to my flashlight to travel around. Got like a little dot when I aim now. Okay. When I actually equipped that dot, I thought it was going to be like a sight, but it's like a laser dot. See it? It's kind of faint, but that's okay. The more I play VR, the more I do not prefer laser sights. Like, actually prefer a game that puts optics on the gun and then is balanced difficulty-wise with your encounters with the enemies to just expect you to be a little less accurate. And I find that overall kind of more fun than putting a dot on something and shooting. But that's okay. Like, it's not any kind of deal breaker or anything. It's just a preference. And where? And of course it's optional, right? Like, I don't have to equip that, I can equip other things. Let's get this copper from up here. Oh, just barely. The mining's kind of funny, right? Because, like, the mining laser is basically the worst way to mine. There's something cool up there. We're gonna find it. Except for, like, the quartz on the walls and stuff. What is this? What is that? An SMG.
This should help thin those Xeno hordes.
Now we're talking.
It doesn't have a flashlight. That feels pretty good. Let's try it on. Check the map. I don't know, there's like multiple routes on this level.
close to the signal.
Pulse flare. Hang on, first we gotta deal with some enemies. Can't see because of the dang... Anybody else? This SMG's not bad. Nice. Wonder if it's any good for mining. Not particularly. But that's difficult to mine anyway, so I'm supposed to use my pulse flare. We'll do that real quick. I like the SMG. Alright, back to it. Very good game. Highly recommend. There's so many games that are coming out right now. Like, I don't even remember them all. Like, Batman comes out. It'll be very close to releasing this video, because I don't have the exact date memorized. And then that new Metro game's coming out.
Field array. It's been a while since I've seen one of these. I should be able to hack into it.
Gotta do some kind of hacking. So, let's get ready to hack. Use the wires to reroute power. Grab it out, hack it, and place it back. Okay. What do we do here? Oh, we use this. This is cool.
It's been several days now since we crashed. Still no response to the distress call, either from a rescue vessel or the crew. I don't know if they're still alive, but I can't keep waiting around, hoping they'll show up. I'm gonna head out there, see if I can find them.
The rest of the message is corrupted.
There should be more beacons around here to triangulate their scans. Let's keep looking.
What exactly is a field array?
It's an old exploration tool. A combination beacon and sensor. And people stopped using them a century ago, though.
Why would this astronaut have them?
Either she's a sucker for retro tech, or this message was left here.
What a very cool... Ooh, look there, flare gun charges too. Nice. What a very cool story. Like, it's absolutely working for me. That voice sounded a lot like my ship's command AI. But it could be the same voice actress and not the same character. Like, it is quite the thing how many roles a voice actor will play. It's also my understanding that, like, voice actors for video games at least don't make much money either, which is interesting. Another cool room. Hey, Bugs. Come get it. Let's go out there and get some. Man, we can dish it out now. Okay, I don't think we're completely clear, but I'm gonna go ahead and start mining. you guys don't mind, I'd like to collect my stuff and things. Great game. Great game. I'm going to try to do this entire playthrough, which is something I have not successfully done on most games. But I got like a strategy plan for it. Part of the problem is I only upload like 3 videos a week at most. So I think that what I need to do is actually just like increase my output, honestly. Or play all the way through the game and stack up videos for months, right? While I'm working on other things. I don't know. I haven't decided completely what to do yet. I hear monsters, don't see them. Let's make sure we're not missing something. Okay, let's go. I do want to play all the way through it, and I'd like to share that, because I think it's a really good game. It has quickly become like one of the games that I would recommend most, especially to native Quest users.
There's one in here somewhere.
Over here, bros. SMG good. Yeah. Almost feels like cheating. Okay. Alright. The old pick's still kind of a way to go for most mining. Shotgun is also good. Between the two, you can do some pretty quick, effective mining, which is nice. Okay. In my last video, I got confused about something, but I figured it out. So, there's monster eggs you harvest, and when you whip them up, you have to catch them out of the air. And then there's these. These you have to shoot out of the air. So when you find these, you gotta like focus up and pop them. And that's all. But there's a difference between these and the monster eggs. I'm fighting a sneeze. Bear with me. I'm fighting a sneeze. I hope I remember to edit that out. It's cold in the man cave this morning. I didn't want to turn the heat up because then it's like kind of blowing hot air on me. Alright. We got 2 cables this time. Interesting. I don't understand. I wonder if this will reach. Is that what we want?
I don't know what this place is, but the more I search, the more bodies I find. Guessing they all got caught in the wormhole, too. Must have found dozens. And every single time, I expect it to be one of the crew. I wouldn't say I'm a pessimist, I just don't see how they could survive these caves without any gear.
So they got pulled in by the same wormhole as us.
Another tragic victim of the Bermuda Quadrant.
There should be one more somewhere around here. You know, there may be some truth to this whole Bermuda Quadrant thing of yours.
You think it's aliens or the Galactic Illuminati? Personally, I think it's a ploy by the Spacefarers Union to keep the price of—
Shut up. What I mean is, if there is dark energy in that region of space, and it's creating these wormholes, that would explain all the disappearances.
But if this is just some natural phenomena, then why the cover-up? Surely someone would have reported this place by now.
Not if no one had ever come back to report it.
Oh.
Very good. What a great story. Alright, let's check our navigation. This is cool. I love being able to throw maps down in space. It seems like a small thing, but in VR, this is so satisfying. So go up there. Look like there's a little cove to check. There's a high chamber there that might be worth looking at. Nothing else to grab. Let's go. This is a fun level. top tier game. To my point, like, I feel like now especially, like, and maybe it started mostly with like the Quest 2, right? And there probably existed a handful of titles before that. Let's make this point before I move on very quickly. It feels to me like there's been a time where standalone VR was definitely like not your first choice, right? Like, you definitely prefer to play PC VR, and the sacrifices of standalone just, they're what they are, and there's still some good experiences there. But now you've got some titles that are releasing that are just great games with no caveats. Like, it looks good, it plays good, it's got a good story, it's got nice systems and a gameplay loop. Like, there's no caveats. It's a great game, end of. You know what I mean? I don't feel like there were that many of those on standalone before. Comment below your favorite standalone games that you feel like kind of passed that test. I'd be curious. This is this alternate chamber with loots, and I like loots. Word up, bro? Hell yeah. Oh, there's a big bug in here. Not anymore. Alright. Like, there's a good handful of titles, and then the game's releasing at the end of this year. Like, VR is very exciting right now. And maybe I'm biased, but I feel like VR is more exciting than, like, other forms of gaming right now. And I suppose that's been my opinion for a couple years, which is the reason that I've switched almost exclusively over to VR gaming. Like, I still play some flat screen stuff here and there, but this is where I like to play these days. But it's not just the perspective, right? It's not just that creates more opportunities for a developer to tell a story in an interesting way. It's also like the schedule of release is very interesting right now. I think it's the best time to be a VR gamer. The recent release of the 3S that brings this kind of current generation standalone VR to a better value proposition with the older lenses. So there's some, there's maybe some caveats there, but still, what you get for that, like, you got 2 displays mounted to your face on the current best processor for standalone, and it's cheap. It's cheaper than other consoles. Link it with your PC and play a huge range of things. Oh no, this is gonna be... Okay. A little bit more fair fighting ground over here. No. Ow. Did very little damage though. Okay. Like, how good are these devices right now? Like, not just the continuing growth of the existing library of experiences, but the fact you can, like, cloud game your flat screen games. The rumored Avalanche thing coming to Quest is pretty exciting. Quiet little crab, bro. And then if you want to dig deep, like, into the fringes, right, there's some... Kill all these and then I'll try to talk about it. Okay. I don't usually talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about it because I feel like there's a huge segment of VR that I am not exactly oblivious to, but I definitely don't take advantage of. So I've been trying to branch into that a little bit more. Like, one of the cool things about VR is it's the Wild West right now. I think people release apps that are definitely going to be banned in the future, right? Like, once there's an established market so they can crack down on certain things and not completely wreck their base, they're absolutely going to throttle some of the creativity you're seeing. For example, and I don't use this app very often, there's some wild stuff in VR chat. I don't use it very often because I'm pretty ignorant to it. You almost need a Sherpa. You almost need a Sherpa to take you through some of the experiences that are worth seeing, because there's going to be a lot of really weird stuff, like Cartoon Network After Midnight stuff, and there's going to be some stuff that you definitely don't want to expose yourself to, and then there's some super janky things. But like last night, I decided to mess around on it, and I found myself in a room with 12 other players, and we were racing jet skis. And it was like really well done and polished, and the avatars that the other players were using were pretty cool. The players themselves generally behaved okay, right? Like, they didn't behave great, but like, there's an entire like world of VR experiences out there that I haven't even barely scratched the surface to. Who knows what's out there? And a lot of it's going to be terrible, right? That's the way it works. And there's going to be some really cool stuff come out of things like that. Okay. I was listening to a podcast, Upload VR. It's pretty much my favorite source of VR news, by the way. Alright, so I need to go into an upper chamber. I'm glad I got this map, because I probably would have missed that. Calm down, Pick. Calm down, bro. Dude. Alright. That thing's irritating me. Anyway, they were like going through some very interesting VR worlds from VR chat. And stuff that, like, I'm not gonna be able to, what is that thing?
We're close.
Ow. I like that there was a new mob type there. And that thing was genuinely creepy looking, so in that podcast episode, they like went and explored some curated worlds. Somebody had, like, I hope I'm remembering this well enough to speak on this fairly, but it sounded like if you want to call video games art, if you want to call experiences art, it sounded like this is what that was. Like, these people had created, like, almost like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with living history, right? But there are places where historians behave as actors, right? And pretend that where you are is back in the day when it was the day. And it seemed like these creators were putting together worlds, and then they had a variety of NPC and player actors in the world, so that you could go there and explore these environments with these actors. And it sounded like they would, I don't know, I'm not selling it well, and like, you know, my honest opinion is that, like, a lot of times if you go into something like that, it's probably not going to be a cool experience. But there's the opportunity for that to be a very cool experience, where you're hanging out with people that are acting a certain way to pull off whatever this environment is. And these, like, immersive realities, you know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds kind of goofy and weird, but I think it's cool. I love that people are into stuff like that, you know? Like, that they're, like, really passionate, and they build out these worlds and environments and avatars, and then learn these scripts and act these things out to create something that just doesn't, you just don't have things like that outside of this, you know? You don't have that in other games. Like, it, maybe a role-playing server for an MMO would be a comparable example. I don't know. I'm not selling it well, so I apologize for that, but alright, well, the goal is to disarm the power, which is, maybe this is I like this minigame in particular. I'll say that.
The readings were correct. I finally located the drive core. It's in a flooded cave, but I should be able to retrieve it. I've been telling myself that the best thing I can do for them now is to fix the ship and come back with a real search party. But that's bullshit. Deep down, I'm just scared. I've started hearing things. Noises. In the darkness. Whispers, almost.
Missing drive core.
There's something else here, some metadata embedded in the message. A schematic and, coordinates.
Copy them. Then let's get back to the ship.
And we're just ignoring that thing about whispers in the dark, then.
Very cool. What a great story. Got a little off topic today. This is a good game. Thoroughly enjoying this game. Craft. Equipped. Start our extraction. Hold the line. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Combat music too. Come on, bro. Let's go. That was great. A great mission. We pulled out all kinds of stuff. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice.
Plug those coordinates into the navcon. Let's see where it leads.
Don't forget that schematic we found, too.
But that is a story for another day. So I'm getting too much off topic. Gonna have to wrap this one up. I'll make this my Monday video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the run. No, I got off topic today, but it's like a sign of me enjoying myself. It's like when I'm enjoying an experience, my mind relaxes and wanders in all kinds of weird places. And maybe the ideas I'm trying to put together are not super coherent. That's not because I don't plan what I'm gonna say and organize those thoughts. So I'm like actively refining my ideas while I'm talking. And I don't think I did a very good job selling some of the things I saw in VR chat. That's due because I think like VR chat has a lot of like caveats, and I've said that too many times today. That word specifically is starting to get on my own nerves. There are some really cool experiences in there, and I hope that also is true of like the Meta Horizons world. I feel like those are things that I should experiment in more, because I think there's going to be some creativity in those places that you're not going to see outside of the VR community. You're going to see like people put their passion out there and create some wild stuff, and sometimes it's going to be a miss, and some of it's going to be really cool. It would be worth it to try to find a source that like curates those lists. So if you have any recommendations for me there, that would be cool. I just want to sightsee. I just want to be a tourist in that world, because overall, these experiences are my jam. You know, I like to play, record, hang out with you guys, and that's what I want to continue to do. But I don't want to miss out on what's out there. Like sometimes when I look at the Horizon feed just for the heck of it, I feel like I see things like I don't even know what that is. There's like immersive videos and all kinds of things that I don't mess with, and I feel like even though this is such a new medium and there's so many things that are still getting refined and pushed out there, that I'm only dipping my toes about 10% into what's possible with this device, and there's some really cool stuff out there that I am not aware of, and I would like to be aware of those things. There, I think I organized that a little better. I was having a hard time while I was fighting bugs, but I got there. I'm going to increase my output this week to try to get through this game. I'll put it in its own playlist so you guys can watch it if you want to, when you want to. The downside to that is I don't get to respond to comments and feedback like I like to. It means I might be 5 levels deep before I learn something I should have known 5 levels back. But it's the only way I'm going to be able to get through this game and have time to play some of the other experiences that are coming out and share those as well. So I'm going to do that kind of push. Regardless, let's end the video. It was a good day. Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully you have a good week. Hopefully you got some fun weekend plans. Hopefully you spend your free time with the people you want to spend your free time with. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this tiny channel. Have a nice day.